Hey guys, and welcome back to the Reliquary. Before I get started with this particular video, there's a couple things I want to mention. One, I wasn't planning on uploading this video. I wasn't planning on recording this video at all to begin with. This is just something that I received in the mail recently that is really special to me, and I thought I would share it just because it is that amazing for me personally. The second thing is, we are just starting out here at the Reliquary and budget is tight, so I have started up a PayPal account for donations. The link will be in the description below. Please like, comment, subscribe, push the little notification bell, and check out underneath for a link for the PayPal. It would really help the Reliquary a great deal in being able to pick out more items so that we can do more reviews, put out more videos for you guys to check out. I'll also include a QR code somewhere down here so that you can scan it both now and after at the end of the video. So without further ado, we are going to check out The Art of Star Wars Episode 1, concept book, first edition, 1999, signed by Doug Chiang, the chief concept artist of Star Wars Episodes 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, Rogue One, and Solo, amongst a great many other things. So, very special, and we're going to jump into it right now. This isn't going to be a typical episode. I'm not going to do the fancy little intro or anything like that, and it's not really a review, so to speak, but it is an unboxing. I have a very special package in here. Lots of information. Anyways, I've got a wonderful package here that is really important to me. I've been waiting for this for quite some time. It is related to the channel, so we're going to open this up and we're going to show you what's inside here. It's not a relic, not a replica, but I'm trying to be super careful here because it's precious cargo. Bag within a bag within a bag within a bag. So this is really important to me because back in 1999 when The Phantom Menace first came out, I was in high school. I graduated in the year 2000. A buddy of mine and I just fell in love with it. We ended up designing little ships of our own, and it was just the most amazing thing. Later on in life, I ended up going to film school. Right over here, you can see in these little, windows thing, some stuff that I've worked on, including Class of the Titans, which was a cartoon show that only lasted for 2 seasons. I had a very wonderful time working in the film industry and going to film school for it at Vancouver Film School in British Columbia. And while I was there, I was studying classical and digital character animation. And I became enamored with a particular artist by the name of Doug Chiang, who, if anybody knows Star Wars, knows that Mr. Chiang is the chief concept artist. He designed pretty much everything that you see in all of the prequels, basically anything that isn't the original series. So I ordered a book, and through some contacts made some very special things happen. So here we are, The Art of Star Wars Episode 1, and I think she's sealed it up and everything else for me, so that's great. So excited. This is where it's really important for me. We have a signature here by Mr. Chiang himself. The book is kind of hard to find. So I'm going to cut to a different view and we're going to talk a little bit more about this. All right, so now we're going to open her up and take a look at things a little more closely. Now, I didn't do this before, and I just kind of noticed now, because I was going to take this off just to kind of keep it safe, but underneath here, beautiful relief of Darth Maul's face.
At last we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. At last we will have revenge.
Nice and subtle little relief in there. I'm not going to take the dust jacket off, though. I just took that to take a look. Oh, Jar Jar. Freaking Jar Jar. He's so great. Alright, so without further ado, we're going to open this up. Again, we have Mr. Chiang's signature. And a custom drawn little sketched out battle droid. And then just so you know, there's Mr. Chiang's signature as in the book. And there's the real life version of it. Just so you know, it is real. One thing I can't emphasize enough, guys, I know this isn't a product review. This isn't a replica. It's not a prop. A prop. Oh my gosh. But something that a lot of people tend to overlook when it comes to any of the movies or television productions that they enjoy is looking behind the scenes and getting a bigger story. I misspoke earlier. Doug Chiang isn't responsible for all of the designs, but he oversaw all of the designs. And as you can see, his signature is absolutely everywhere. So he is probably the primary designer, I would say. But he oversaw the art department. He was the chief concept artist. And the work by everybody on the team is absolutely phenomenal. And we get into the Gungans. I have to admit, I'm one of the few people in the world that actually really enjoys Jar Jar Binks. I think he's absolutely hilarious, an underrated character, especially if you watch the Clone Wars animated series. Jar Jar Binks really comes into his own as a representative in the Senate. Unfortunately, it's due to Jar Jar that we lose the Republic.
Misa proposed that the Senate give immediately emergency powers to the Supreme Chancellor.
But his heart was in the right place. He just wants to do the right thing. And Queen Amidala. So there's actually a couple designs in here that I absolutely love. So this particular dress right here is probably one of my favorite designs in all of Star Wars. Not just as a dress or as a costume, but just aesthetically speaking. A couple pages later, we come across my particular favorite vehicle in all of Star Wars. The Royal Naboo Cruiser. When I was about 14 or 15, I had a buddy. Him and I used to design Star Wars ships as kind of a fanfic thing, just, you know, for kicks and giggles because we were kids and we loved Star Wars. And I chicken scratched this tiny little thing in the margins of a notebook that ended up looking not that different from this. And it's just, from that moment, that's when I knew I wanted to get into film. And that's how I ended up in the profession. And that's how I ended up making the contacts I do today. And it all comes back down to episode 1. The YouTube channel, the Star Wars video nights that I host every week over Zoom, my profession in the film industry, which I'm actually trying to get back into as an editor now. It all comes back to episode 1. Gosh, the pod racing. Am I the only one here? I'm probably not. Who absolutely loves the pod racing. I mean, oh, that was such an amazing sequence. I wish there was more pod racing in Star Wars. I really do. Guys, I cannot stress enough that if you really want to get into the films that you love, the television productions that you love, I highly recommend picking up any and all books you can that are related to behind the scenes. You know, when you sit at the end of a movie and you see the credits roll for 15-20 minutes sometimes, this is why those credits are so long. This is the amount of work one team, I believe it was a really small team. This is just the concept design team. We've only got 24 responsible for all the concept art and design in Star Wars. Just to see the amount of work, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's a rule in animation and design that I'm sure anybody that's worked in those industries is familiar with, or any art where you're drawing in particular. It takes 1,000 bad drawings before you find one good one. So imagine if you consider this to be a really good drawing, which I do. Again, this is Doug Chang. I'm pretty sure he came up with 1,000 different versions before he was satisfied with presenting this. I know I've been there. I know pretty much every other concept artist has been there, where you come up with 1,000 designs that you literally crumple up and throw in a bin that just are you consider chicken scratch. Pay attention, guys, to not just the actors and the directors and the guys that you see up front and in the shining lights, but I really want to encourage anybody who loves film or TV of any kind to do some more homework about what happens behind the scenes. And I believe we owe it to all the people who work behind the scenes to learn more about the work that they did, if we truly absolutely love the work like we claim we do. There are history courses in the writing of Lord of the Rings and how the languages were created and the design elements and everything else. There are full-blown university courses in Tolkienology. If we owe J.R.R. Tolkien that much respect, we owe that same amount of respect to the people that work in the new mediums such as film. And that's it. Thank you guys once again for tuning into the Reliquary. Again, I apologize I didn't have a funny little intro for you with all the bells and whistles and funny edits and everything else. This was just meant to be a quick little, hey, take a look at this. Oh, more, take a look at this, sir. Oh God, did I actually just do that? Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and again, somewhere down in the bottom, we're gonna have some descriptions for some donations so that you guys, if you can help the Reliquary grow to become a better channel and more replicas, more props, more Star Wars for you. Thank you so much. We'll catch you next time.